you know, this communicates everything. There's like a perfect package here.
With thumbnails, you're referring to the shadow head job. There's also something where I see a lot of people, especially if they're doing like the whole video game thing where they're doing the retrospective or the not since no longer let's plays or everything, but they do like some kind of what's it called, like a voice narrative. Like they play through the whole game and make like a 1 hour video of it. It's just like today we're playing Pokemon Resurgence, and they have like an anime thumbnail set where they draw the character instead of like making it via like the PNG way. How come you don't try doing like the hand drawn or like the pixel art instead?
To stand out, I think developing, so branding is something that becomes really important in thumbnails, like trying to have a way for where people can decipher like, oh, this is yours, you know, like people have thumbnail styles. For me, I think over the years, I made it Blender 3D models. What I like about it is a lot of people don't do it, and I can make it closely resemble the game more. Obviously, some people do it, but in the Nintendo space, I don't see too many people do it. I think Nathaniel Bandy is one, but that's kind of like a different-ish niche, you know? So I think that's a way in which I differentiate myself. But I think it's all in service to like, what does the thumbnail need? I think drawn thumbnails do so well because you have control over everything, right? If you're just using like in-game assets, like if you're just taking video game screenshots, which I used to do, you're limited by like what backgrounds you can use, what positions the model is in, what camera angles even. You can Photoshop certain things, obviously, but there are a lot of limitations to doing so. But I think that's why people do like a lot of drawn stuff, is because you can like communicate anything, because you know the artist, the pen, you could just draw whatever the hell you need. But sometimes I think it's a deficit to doing so. For example, if you're doing like a mod showcase, I would assume that it's better to show a screenshot of said mod to build more intrigue of the thing you're doing in the game rather than like drawing it, you know. I also think drawn thumbnails might become a fad. I think thumbnails are very reliant on counterculture. It's like how you make yourself stand out, you do something different, but still works, you know? So once people get tired of seeing drawn thumbnails, when it becomes less like distinct, maybe they'll move on to something else, as we've seen with like the white background thumbnails, and even those might become tired. It's a cycle.
So everything's cycle based. So dang, you can make yours all through Blender. That's insane. Yeah, because I'm here thinking you just use like shadow PNG to make your shadow thing. I was just like, where do you get this flower from?
Yeah, I recently I now have someone that makes the Blender project for me. But depending on the game, like I have this Kirby, my last Kirby Nuzlocke, it's a sprite-based game. I'm going to make the sprites. You know, like it's a GBA game. I mean, maybe I could have went back and made that a model to further align with my other models, but I don't know. That just made more sense to me. When I do Paper Mario, a lot of that is just PNGs because it's paper. You know, he's not a model. So it all depends on like what I'm playing. You know, if I ever go back and play a Super Nintendo game and I want to like represent what I'm talking about in the thumbnail, chances are it's going to be a sprite rather than a model. I mean, maybe. It's an interesting point, actually. I never thought of this idea of like, I should just always stick to models even if I'm playing something sprite-based. Could be interesting.
You said color contrast, so you essentially had to know color theory in order to make a good thumbnail?
Yes and no. Just make sure it is contrasty. Like if you're in Photoshop, you know, zoom out, make sure things pop. Color theory is as easy as looking at a wheel and just knowing like, okay, yellow's opposite of purple, green is opposite of red, blue's opposite of orange. You know, if you look at my thumbnails, Kirby is always in front of a green background, pink and green. Shadow is red and black in front of a green background. Even small things, like I made sure if you look at my Mario and Luigi thumbnail, the green parts of Luigi are on top of the blue sky, while the blue spots of Luigi are on top of the green grass. You know, just ensuring that things are. I think the best example actually is my Mario Kart one. I put Failboat on a purple background, yellow and purple. I put Alfred on an orange one, blue and orange. I put me in front of a green one, red and green. Like it's as simple as that. But you don't have to follow those rules. You know, it could be pink in front of gray. You know, just as long as it looks, as long as there's like an X factor, as long as it pops. You know, I think you're fine.
Because I know one of the things is people would be like, all I have to do is put it on like a YouTube page and see how it looks. But I'm like, I mean, it looks the same to me regardless. So I was just like, I don't see how that would help at all. So it's just like, what makes you double check your thumbnails to be like, oh yeah, that really does work. This is the thumbnail that's gonna shine.
There's a website called Thumbs Up TV, which you can like plug in your title and thumbnail and see how it looks, and it emulates how it looks on the YouTube page. But for the most part, I kind of just open up Photoshop, go to like 12% zoom, and then that's how I look at it. And I'm like, this is, I can understand. It doesn't even have to be 12%. It probably be like 25%, you know? And it's just kind of like, oh yeah, this is, I can decipher everything. This looks good. This has that punch to it.